Alright, Brush Monkeys, we are back, and this week we have a 2-for-1. We're doing these Drunken Goblins from, this is actually from Citadel Miniatures from back in the day. These are old school Citadel Miniatures. But it's a pair of Drunken Goblins. Trying to get them to focus. And there's a lot of character in these guys, and they look really kind of fun to paint. So I've got all the colors picked out for their skin and their, I guess, hair. We've got a little bit of beard on that one. And their clothes and everything. So we're all ready to go. So let's go ahead and get started on them. All right. See you in a bit. Bye. Alright, so we made some progress on our boys here, if I can get it to focus. You can see we got their skin and eyes and hair done. Had to break out the Gorgonta fur for the hair and beards. And the I've got Gryph-hound orange here for this guy's cap, which we're probably going to do next. But yeah, they're coming along pretty nicely. I really like how that skin tone turned out. It's a nice goblinoid skin tone. Did some P3 flesh wash on the inside of the ears, the nose, lips, things like that. Kind of give a nice goblinoid look to them. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and start in on their clothes then, and then we'll come back and take a look when we've made some progress. All right, see you in a bit. All right, we made some more progress on our guys here. As you can see, I've got this guy's cap and his shirt done. I've got both their shirts done, but I also did his cap, the Gryph-hound orange, and it looks pretty good. The two shirts look pretty good. They're pretty bright. Talisar blue and Achillean green for this other guy. I was worried at first it was going to come out a little bit too much like the blue, but nope, it's actually kind of a bluish green, so I'll spread that out a little bit more. Contrast isn't quite contrasting. So yeah, he's looking pretty good. Up next, I'm going to do their pants, and I've got Agaros Dunes for one of them, and Gryph-hound orange, or Gryph Charger Gray. I always get those two mixed up. For the other one. And then I've got snakebite leather and hardened leather for their leather parts, their belts and their shoes. Probably their leg wrappings. And then somewhere in there I'm going to throw on some Gravelord Gray for the two mugs. And give it a dry brush of Necron compound. And then the base is going to be my usual Absolution green with a Niblet green dry brush and dark green base band. So yeah, these guys are coming along pretty nicely. Our guys turn out so far. See you in a bit. Alright, we made some more progress on our guys here. As you can see, I did the pants. The Agaros Dunes worked out pretty well on that guy's pants. The Gryph Charger Gray on the other one, not so much. So I got out the Wolf Gray, which is kind of a, this is a Vallejo equivalent pale gray color to pale cool gray color. This is sort of the same thing as Citadel's, what do they call it, Gray Seer base coat. So I used that, and then this is a Wraithbone equivalent. As you can see, I did the Gray Seer on the pants, and I'm going to do the Gryph Charger Gray on that again, but I think that'll give it a better base than it had with just a Zenithal priming. And then the leathers I've done with the Wraithbone, so those will be nice vibrant colors. So I'm going to go ahead and go do the pants again, and I'll probably also go ahead and do the mugs while I'm at it. And then once the pants dry, I'll go in and do the leathers. All right, so they're coming along pretty nicely. I like how they're turning out. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the mugs are based with the Gravelord Gray, and I've got his pants fixed. I think the Griff Charger Gray is one of those colors. It's one of those weird contrast colors that by itself it's really weak. And it's one of the few that really benefits from having a strong base coat like the Wraithbone or the Wolf Gray, the Gray Seer. Because over a Zenithal Prime, it really looks like garbage. It looks okay on the highlighted portions of a Zenithal Prime, but once you get into the shadowed portions of it, it just really looks bad. It looks like garbage. So it's one of the few contrast paints I would not use a Zenithal Prime for, and instead use a good solid base like the Gray Seer or the Wraithbone. It's also one of those ones that, because it's kind of a weak color by itself, it benefits from more than one coating. This nice bluish green color that it is now is a result of 2 layers of paint. Excuse me. And that second one is still wet, so I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll come back and dry brush the mugs that these guys have and paint their leathers. All right. So I will see you guys in a bit. Bye. All right, we are back, and as you can see, I got the leathers painted. This guy here is done in snakebite leather, this belt and boots. And then this one is done with Army Painter hardened leather with his belt and boots. And he looks pretty good. I did miss a little spot there on the back. There we go. And then, of course, I dry brushed both the mugs to kind of give them that pewter look, and they're looking pretty good. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how these two guys turned out. I just have the basing left to do with the Absolution Green and Niblet Green dry brush, and then the dark green base band, which you've seen me do in pretty much every video I do, so I'm not going to subject you to that. So yeah, next time you see these guys, they'll be completely done. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, there we go. Our finished Drunken Goblins from Citadel Miniatures. I think they turned out pretty good. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom here. If you like what you see, click like down below, and if you want to be notified when new videos get posted, click subscribe. And in the meantime, if you want to support us in any way, check me out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. We're on all those platforms. If you see a miniature on the site that you want to make one of your own, hit me up on Instagram. I can quote you a price for that. And if you want any Flying Monkey Studios merchandise, like t-shirts, things like that, hit me up on storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios and get all your merch there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.